Good morning, everyone. Man, I just got out of bed. Quickly made some toast. And, yeah, the guys are taking a knee. Rugby against racism. Game hasn't started yet. How's everybody doing? I've realized I have to try and find a stream for this as it's on BT. That means it's paid TV, right? Yeah, morning, Flishin. South Hawks, you up early. Gerhard, you found it. Scott is waiting to see Tuilangi. Hopefully he has a good game. Big Will, bro, what are you doing up, man? Are you up early or have you not gone to bed? Here we go, game just kicked off. Sailor in their red kit. Oh, Grant. Oh, yeah, saw you earlier. For the last game as well. Welcome to your world. Yeah, man, we'll see how this one goes. People were telling me in the comments of the preview video that Quins had a bunch of injuries before the season was called to a halt. So that maybe 7th on the table didn't really reflect where they truly were at. You're popping your Premiership cherry. First reasonable stream ever for you at 8 p.m. Yeah. For Big Will, it's even earlier, but for me, it's 6:45. 2 bits of peanut butter on toast and a cup of coffee later. I am here. Finally, a night live stream. I know. It's a reasonable one for you guys. I love Super Rugby, but as a Brit, I need this gritty, tough rugby. Let's hope it's a good one. Sale have got a chance early. 7-meter line out. Akavanda Merva seems to have gone blonde. Oh, but they've messed up the line out. Jordan, 4:45 a.m. in Brizzy. You are not going to be in your Mrs. Good books, man. Those food takeaways is up as well. Too early for this. It is pretty early, bro. Get a cup of coffee, have some brekkie. I should have got Gaza out of bed for the stream. Oh, man, another error from Sale. It's a couple early. Who was that? I knocked it on. Oh, it was McGuigan. Oh, yeah, there's Ashton. I kind of hope we don't see Ashton score because I'm not a fan of the big old dive, eh? Not a big fan. After all the champagne served Southern Hemisphere rugby, it would be cool to compare. Ooh, first scrum penalty goes straight to Quins, man. No warning, straight to the full arm. Grant's got the beer and biltong, and for once it's me on the coffee. Sail team looks stacked. Yeah, they got heaps of big South African boys, plus a few local guys as well. A lot of internationals. Hugo Monye is just in the crowd randomly. Some big names in this game. Big Will. Yeah, man, that's why I was kind of keen, apart from the fact that the time, at least for me, for this one was reasonable. Another error. Both these teams have got some big names. Well, so far you'd have to say both teams are looking a wee bit rusty, which is to be expected. Marcus Smith's knocked it on, McGuigan's knocked it on, Ucker's thrown a poor line out. We've had a scrum penalty. It hasn't been champagne yet, but we're only 4 minutes in. Oh, Marcus Smith's already got a bit of blood as well. Nice food takeaways first Premiership game as well, bro. Flishin's got a stream. I don't think the chat will allow you to put links. That's the only thing. If you put links, I think it gets blocked as spam. Probably check Reddit, bro. It's another big old scrum. Ooh, ref saying it came up. Look at Joe Marler. He's already covered in blood. It looks like some. Is it his blood or somebody else's blood? Maybe it's coming from his ear. Lots of people here with their first Premiership game. Well, let's hope it doesn't disappoint, even if the guys are a wee bit rusty after a long layoff. Someone's got the physio on. Marla has added a few kicks to his frame. That's why he's scrummaging like that, apparently. Diaka. He's coming back from a long injury layoff too. It's starting to rain. How do you take your coffee? Usually with 1 sugar, bro. And milk. Oh, man. The scrum is under all kinds of pressure. Go, Rob Debria. I don't know who I'm supporting. I don't own a Harlequins jersey, so maybe I should just be supporting Sale. South African connection. Oh, it's another knock on. Maybe not. Just knock backwards, maybe. First Northern Hemisphere for you. Delighted to have it back. After all that alcohol-free Super Rugby down there. Yeah, you guys are at beer o'clock for sure. Can't wait to watch this. Channel 5 highlights. Count for BT. Missed some Northern Hemisphere Rugby. Enjoyed New Zealand game. Loads of this. Good stuff, Josh. This game should be being streamed somewhere. Interesting, Dan Dupree played lock at schoolboy level, was shifted to loose forward. Now they've switched. I asked about that in the preview because I've never seen him play lock. It's bizarre, but if it works. Good Diaka grew a huge beard so he doesn't look like a 12-year-old anymore. Very true. Very true. It's a big V8 show. Goodness me. What time is it for you, bro? I hate to think. I'm more of a straight black filtered coffee. Got to get rid of that milk, bro. Nah, bro, it's all about the milk. It's all about the milk. Milky goodness. Wear the Sapphire Sharks jersey. It's almost appropriate in this one. The ref's having a word, telling the props off. It's too messy. Almost 3 o'clock. Yeah, you should go to bed, bro. 3 o'clock's the worst time. Come on, nice clean scrum. Stay up. There we go. Good platform. But they've just been penalised, man. Those crowd effects are loud. Really loud. Not right having too many foreign players. I guess it's a big league. It's a lot of teams. Messy scrums, I missed you. Well, that last one was good. Can't believe it, but another first for me. I'm having a coffee while watching rugby. Who would have thought? Yeah, man. I have got coffee as well. Coffee, rugby, peanut butter on toast. Ordinarily, I would like to make something a bit nicer on the weekend, but I got up at 6:30 and was live streaming by 6:45, so peanut butter on toast is nice and quick. Good kick by Marchant. I'm not sure the commentator watched Super Rugby when he's talking about Marchant. He might have started 6 or 7 games before lockdown, but after that they kind of left him out of the squad. WTF, watching coffee while having rugby. All the guys up north are having beers, man, don't worry. Fleshing's going to make up for it. Is Landaho the normal starting 9 for Quins? Doesn't Danny Kerr play for Quins? Finally an evening game for South Africa to watch. There you go. It's taken a while. Yard looks almost apologetic to be turned over there. Danny Kerr is injured according to him on the podcast. Right, that would make sense. Because Landaho wasn't even the starting guy for the Hawares previously. 2 cents up in the NZAM. Indeed, bro. I got up at 6:30. We're now at 7 o'clock. My kids aren't up yet, which is good. They're having a lie-in. Which is unusual. On a Saturday, usually my kids are up at the crack of bloody dawn. When they got to go to daycare, boy, do they want to sleep in. Little. Anyway. First opportunity to take a shot at goal and Quins turn it down. They're going to go for touch. Sale don't contest it. Moreland. What's the salary cap? There's a few internationals on both sides. Yeah, right, man. I can't remember what the salary cap is off the top of my head. I know they've lowered it. Oh, Sale have turned them over. But how the hell Sale managed to get all these South Africans in, I don't know. I guess you can... Now, Sale have been turned over. Goodness me. I guess the exchange rate works for the South African players, so maybe that's why you can get more of them in. 11J said, Jonathan, how's it going? Gareth, a lot like early Super Rugby games, lots of penalties, making it stop-start. Yeah, I think we can probably expect that for the first couple of weeks, until the guys get that match sharpness back. I know they've been training, but nothing is quite the same as playing the game. A lovely Marlborough Sauv Blanc for me, dry and crisp, homemade guacamole, and a big bag of tortilla chips, rock and roll lifestyle. Craig is living it up. Cup of instant coffee and peanut butter and jam. Not peanut butter and jam, just peanut butter on toast for me. Doesn't quite sound as appealing. When the rand is so weak, it's easy for them to head over. Exactly right. Right, first points. 3-0. Quins have taken the penalty. Should pay off in a couple of weeks when they get used to it. Exactly right. Did I mention that already? I don't remember. But yes, you're right. Couple of games in, and it should be looking kind of back to normal. Saf is cheap because the rand is not great. I would say, New Zealanders are in a similar boat. Like, you could probably pay a New Zealand player less than you could pay a similarly skilled European-based player because they just get paid more than what we get paid here in New Zealand. Brunch time for Mark. Bro, what time is it there? I figured this one would actually work for you, Mark. Sale have a squad of 32. Is that it? That seems to touch on the light side. And Thomas says Sale can't stop giving away penalties. That's right, they're on the wrong side of the refs also at the moment. They're getting slammed. Midday, nice. I'm glad to know you're not up at like 2 a.m. for once. How you doing, man? Sale under the pump a bit. Oh, set play from the Quins guys. Landajo with the kick. Was that ball knocked on at all? Man, Sale are absolutely under the pump. They need a really good exit here. Yeah, everyone Quinn's 10. He looks really young. That's Marcus Smith. He's, I think he's definitely represented England at age group level. Uh-oh. My son is trying to get in the room. Hey, Garrett. I'm watching rugby. Do you want to come in? You might need a blanket. There you go.
Yeah.
Sit on the couch. you go. I'm just going to sit over here, okay? Will I live stream Leinster Munster next week? That definitely looks like the game of the week, man. But what time is it on? I need to know what time it is. What I miss? Squad of 32 will be a problem when they start playing twice a week. Marcus Smith is just 21. He has a bit of a baby face. He's a bit of regular size since 18. Yeah, he's been around for a while. And he's kind of touted as the next big thing, but he didn't get selected in the... even in the World Cup initial squad, right? They went with... that other guy. Yeah, my friends are saying good morning to you.
Good morning.
Very polite.
I did actually hear.
Oh, they're not saying it with their words. They're just like writing it down.
Oh.
They're sending messages, so I can read it. Oh yeah, water break. I never thought about that because it must be pretty warm over there. Around 7:30 in the evening for Ireland, so around half an hour ago. So at the same time as this game. Pretty much. That'll be very watchable. Very watchable. It's an early morning game for me, but if you're going to kick us off the Pro 14 with Leinster Munster, I'm not going to miss that one. Not so much that it's cooled a bit. Okay, well that's good for the rugby players, so it's not too hot. And nice to see the Dupree brothers playing without their father as a coach. Where is Rob Senior now? What's he doing? Marcus Smith goes missing regularly. Maybe that's why he doesn't quite make the England squad, but he's still young. Definitely a talent. Did you ever get sleep, buddy? Yeah? What are you going to have for breakfast?
I don't actually know yet.
You can think about it.
Yeah. Because you sometimes have that problem.
Yeah, there's no rush to decide what you want to have.
Yeah. You can't roast it that fast.
I had toast, but I was in a hurry. Yeah, that was a nice exit from Quins. See if Aka's got his line-out throwing sorted. It looks to be. Oh, Dupree. Goodness me. He's still got it.
He just knocked the person dead that was nearly there.
He did just knock him down, didn't he?
Yeah, because that person was going to stop and try to snatch it from him.
That's right. So he smashed him out of the way.
Yeah, he went a little bit faster to, like, crush him up.
Cheers, Mark, man. Thank you, sir. We'll have to do this again for Leinster Munster. If it's a morning game, I will still likely be wearing a jacket, but I'll probably have a Leinster jersey on the inside. Can't wait for Tuilangi and Ranrada to face off. True. Who's Bristol got this weekend? Was it Was it Saracens? You keep getting done for not wearing a face mask. Lots of people have been wearing face masks over here, man. I still need to get one. I haven't got one. I've only got a couple of disposable ones. I need to get one that I can just wash. I don't have to worry about it. Mark's there for another 9 months. Jeez. I thought you were going to head back at some point, man. Right, it's 22 minutes. Sailor got their first shot at goal. I remember watching this guy play once when he was playing for the Sharks in Super Rugby, and he kicked 20 plus points against the Blues. He just kicked us off the park, so I know he's got big old boots there, man. To be honest, I think Dupree Senior is without a coaching job. But he's missed that one. Wow, so Harlequins has 9,000 season ticket holders. That's impressive. A bit stop-start, but I think if both teams can hold the ball, we might see some good running rugby. Yeah, I think it's been errors at the minute, which have been a bit high, but it's first game back, man. What do we expect? Edinburgh v Glasgow next week, better value than the Irish shower. Oh, shots fired. Didn't even realise the Premiership was restarting today. Bad day not to have access to the TV. Your fault for watching the Stanley Cup games too often. Is this game on ESPN Plus? I don't think so, man. I think it's on Channel 5. If it's being broadcast, it might be available through the VPN if you got one. Otherwise, if it's just on BT Sport, then it's a bit of a tricky deal. Wonder if Joe Marler going to tickle anyone. I think he's learned his lesson for that. Commentator's curse. I know, right? I did him like dinner there. Cheers from USA. Yeah, cheers, man. Did you hear Crusaders and Leinster were helping each other in viewing their matches? I didn't hear about that. Is Leinster known in New Zealand? I would say to casual fans, probably not so much, but a lot of fans will know that Leinster's a place, and Munster, where a lot of our players go. Yeah.
Why you have rugby in the morning?
This game's being played in England, so it's nighttime over there. That's why it's the morning over here. Usually our games are played at nighttime over here, right? And then it'll be it'll be morning over there, but it's the opposite today. Do you remember what opposite means? What does opposite mean?
If somebody goes this way and somebody goes this way. Different ways, or this way, or this way.
That's right. What's the opposite of big?
Small.
There you go. Tall?
Big. Small.
Yeah. Small or short, yeah.
What's the opposite to fat?
Thin or skinny.
What's the opposite?
Are you testing my English?
No.
Short.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
No.
Bradleyman's asking who's going to win the Pro 14. Well, Leinster have to be big time favourites. Now explain time zones. I'm not going to explain time zones. Oh, Mike Brown's knocked it on. Brutal. Mark's already been in Seattle for a year, bro. I didn't know it had been that long. But I guess that makes sense. So you want to give him Bricky or just let him sit for a bit? Okay. He's pretty happy.
Where's Alice?
I'm not sure.
Maybe she's still asleep.
She might be. Messy rugby, but expected. Yeah, first week back's never going to be never going to be that pretty, but we should still get a few moments.
Dada,
Yeah.
I saw something that you've maybe never seen in rugby. I saw one red one being tackled by the black ones, and then another red one looked like he was tackling the other red one, but instead he was actually protecting him.
Oh, was he really?
Because they were both on the same team.
Oh, that's good. That's what they should do.
He was protecting his own team.
Ah. Yeah, that is one of the young ones. Yeah, somebody else is saying hi to you.
Good morning.
Leinster Ulster Pro 14 final. Well, if John Cooney keeps in that form that he was in prior to lockdown, maybe. Cardiff Blues or Auckland Blues? For me, it's Auckland. Not sure why Jean-Luc Dupre's playing 4. Yeah, I'm not sure either, man. It's the first time for me to see that. Pro 14 continuing without South African teams. That's exactly it, man. Cheetahs and the Kings are not part of the continuation. When are we going to have an England game on a live stream on a Wednesday? I seem to have had everyone bar us lately. I was thinking about doing the Barbars against England at some point. We'll do it. Maybe not this week coming, but maybe next week. You're the man, bro. Good dad. I'm a bit strict sometimes, to be honest. A bit hard. Craig says good morning to you too. Garrett. Craig said good morning to you as well.
Good morning. I can't really hear it because they're not saying that. They're just writing the words.
Yeah, they're just writing the words down here and I can see the names and the words over on my screen.
Yeah. Instead, I'm writing the words out.
Are you going to write the words?
But instead, not with a computer.
Ah.
With my brain.
Quins are rushing up on defence. I can see a chip kick coming from Faf. We'll see if Big Will calls it. Marcus Smith did that earlier when Faf was rushing up on him. Oh, Faf's knocked it on. And they've been penalised for offside. Penalty count's pretty high. I was looking at the Auckland Blues shirt in Cardiff for £50. You were tempted. £50, $100. It's still a wee bit pricey, but they should be coming down, I guess, at the end of the season. Is it Garrett or Gareth? It's Garrett. No H. But that's a pretty common one to get around the wrong way. Does he have a big jersey collection as me? Nah, but he wants a Blues jersey, so he's been taught well. But he also said he wants like the yellow and blue one, which I'm not sure which team he means. You gonna have breakfast? Okay. Do you want to say goodbye to everybody? Just say it over here.
Goodbye!
What channel are you using? BT Sports keeps buffering. I'm watching Sky Sports in New Zealand, and it does flicker every now and again, I gotta admit. And just realizing how little you've heard a child with a Kiwi accent. There you go. Blues jersey is €80 here in Ireland, bro. That's too much. Wait for it to come down. Maybe the Canes, maybe the Force. I'm not sure which one he wants. He doesn't want a Blues jersey. He wants a Stormers jersey. You're now deaf. You're sorry. Children are like to randomly shout. Blues away jersey is nice. I think that's the only one you can say of the New Zealand ones which is particularly nice this year. Marcus Smith is lining up another one. And it's over. He is just slowly taking this game away from Sale. He's being a wee bit consistent, which is scary. BT Sports is seriously buffering for you too. It's not buffering here because I'm watching a TV feed, but it's definitely flickering a lot. Saw the COVID resurgence in New Zealand, stay safe. Guess it means Blues Crusaders is cancelled. Yeah, bro, it is cancelled. However, I am definitely safe and sound working from home. No big issues. Man, here we go. Here we go, marching. Come on, guys. Quick ball, offload from the ground. Mike Brown. Go, man, put the hammer down. Oh, he's so close. Here we go. Come on. You got to feel a try coming here. Maybe they needed to go wide. Good ball and all tackle from Curry. He slowed it down. Sale's defense is going to set. You can pick up a Cardiff Blues jersey in Newport for £12. Oh, they've knocked it on. The Munster jersey is free with a cup of tea. Come on, South African Sale. They're under the pump, man. Harlequins have looked the better side by a mile. Will you still do a preview of the other games, or is it a bit much to do in one day? I hadn't planned on doing any of the other games this week. But I'll have a look week by week to see which games I really want to watch. We've got the Pro 14 next week as well. Is it next week or the week after? I think it's next week. So, yeah, that'll add to the fun. Got a feel for Marchant. Whatever he does, he's always behind Tuilangi, Slade, and Joseph, and Eddie Jones' squad. He's still young. He'll outlast them. But he's probably outshone Tuilangi in this game because his team's had a bit more of the ball. Apparently Munster... Oh wait, new wages for Leinster. Munster horrendous. Leinster is a high-vis yellow and Munster is a snot green. Why? Surely those guys can just stick with their traditional colours. Alright, 5 metre scrum. Sale's under a heap of pressure, but illegally. Sale get the penalty. Never saw Marchant play for the Blues, but people said he did pretty well. Yeah, he was playing good prior to lockdown. And then after lockdown, when we started Aotearoa, he just wasn't getting picked. How's the lockdown in Auckland? Yeah, everything's shut except for supermarkets, pharmacies, doctor's office, like the super essential stuff. And everything else is open but for takeaway. You can buy beer, you just can't go into the shop. You got to go to the window, order it, and they give it to you. You can still get McDonald's at drive-through. You can still go to a restaurant as long as you get it takeaway. So rugby is off, which is unfortunate. Whoever's doing the crowd noise is doing a brilliant job. Grant, you're right. It is a lot more noticeable and a lot more natural than what I've seen in at least Super Rugby AU. Who's your money on to win tomorrow between the Highlanders and the Canes? Whoa. Don Brandt. That game's today for me, and I picked the Canes. Oh, I'm not sure if that kick through was necessary. Nathan Earl, though, man. Don Brandt took her to the line. I don't think the kick was the option there, but anyway. What broadcasting service are you streaming? I'm watching it on Sky Sports in New Zealand. They've got the rights, so same as that I watch most of the games. A friend of mine works for Adidas, gave me a heads up announcement in 2 weeks. You got the inside information. Imagine the Blues' heartache with the lockdown if the Landers were able to pull off the win last week. Yes. Then it would have been called a draw. We wouldn't have had a chance to win the game. But as it panned out, it didn't matter. I wonder what kick of strange kicking brain fart Aerosmith will cook up today. I think for the most part he's been alright. As long as he doesn't trip over himself. Oh, what kind of? Okay, makes sense. 37 minutes, we're almost at half time. Refs having another wee yarn with the props. What's your opinion of the new rugby challenge? CJ, I have not played it, but from what I've seen, it does not look that flash. That being said, Rugby 20, the main other rugby game, is also not that flash. You probably heard, but South Africa looks to go into level 2 next week, meaning legal booze and cigarettes. Hoorah. Well, what can I say? Even at level 4 lockdown in New Zealand, which is our highest level, they still sold beer and wine, just no spirits. Will you do the same for the return of Pro 14 and Top 14? I will definitely watch a few games, but I'm probably not going to do like extensive whole competition ones, just select games. Marla has been warned by the ref that if he keeps up with the verbals, he's going to get penalised. Interesting. Didn't know you could do that. Remember playing John Lomba Rugby. That game was pretty good. New ruck interpretations are favouring the faster loser teams, helping Quins. Maybe a struggle for Exeter. True, with their style of play. How's Tuilangi going? He's not had a lot of ball, man. Not had a lot of ball. Another penalty. Marla being lippy again. I feel like Rugby 20 is at least improving on older years. Rugby Challenge doesn't really change. Yeah, I never played the older entries, but apparently like Rugby 15 or something was atrocious, but Rugby 20 was at least an improvement. So far, Manu Tuilangi is tracking with 1 run for 0 meters. That's how he's doing. Tuilangi's been non-existent in this game. Yeah, I couldn't remember much at all. His side has not had a lot of ball, but there you go. The stats tell you everything. Right. Sale have got a line out about 7 meters out. They could certainly use some points here. We also do the same for the Rugby Championship and the end of year's Champions Cup. Yeah, I would say Champions Cup. I'll be all over that. And Rugby Championship, same deal if it goes ahead. The maul's not going anywhere though. They'll need to feed the backs. Oh, maybe not. Here. Aka has broken off the maul, but they got advantage. Sale. Aka broke off, but he was tackled. I can't imagine Sale's going to give it to the backs here, even with advantage. I guess that's one difference between Super Rugby and the Premiership. As soon as the Super Rugby guys get advantage, you know there's a cross kick coming. Whereas I can't see the backs getting the ball at all here. It's all the forwards. They're still a metre out. Tuilangi's gone close. What's happened? The ball's come out. God only knows what happened there. Looking forward to see how Nadolo does in the Premiership. He's always been one of your favourites. For sure. Who's going to win the Champions Cup? I still think Leinster are probably the favourites for everything they're in. Oh, Manu knocked it on. Leinster, Exeter, yeah, probably the favourites. Your feed is so far behind the stream, they're only throwing the line out now. Feel free to pause me if I'm spoiling, bro. Because, yeah, things have been happening. Toulouse, Exeter, Racing, yeah, they're all good sides, man. Toulouse is probably my pick of the French ones. Retriever Super once they hear that advantage, they swing it wide or chip it. Yeah, it's basically, as soon as the Aotearoa sides hear a advantage, they're going to spin it. They're going to take like a big gamble play. Oh, he's missed it. What a shocker. Oh my goodness, that was a sitter. That was an absolute sitter. English rugby at its best, but to be fair, we can blame the South Africans. Bear with me a second, I'm just going to open the curtains. The sun is actually coming up here. Don't think I need this on anymore. One more curtain to go. There we go. It's a nice Saturday morning. Shout out to KO for having good streams. I'm glad they've got coverage of this game. Daily Rugby, hello. How are you? Exeter and Leinster play a phase game with a lot of rolling attack and numbers in the ruck. They will need to adjust to the new laws. I guess they've had time to adjust, so we'll see if they're able. Has Faf done okay? Yeah, he's been okay, but again, his side hasn't had that much ball. Let us see what the numbers say. Okay, apparently they have had more ball. It doesn't feel like they're doing much with it though. Run meters 195 to Quins, 121 to Sale. Position 49-51, territory 48-52 in Sale's favour, which is surprising. Knock-ons, 5 by Quins, 1 by Sale. Tackling percentage, Quins 90%, Sale 84%. Penalties conceded, oh my goodness, 5 by Harlequins, 12 by Sale. That's where they're losing it. That's why it doesn't feel like they've had any ball. Really embarrassing when he lines it up for a solid minute and then shanks it. Yeah, that wasn't the best. Someone with hundreds of hours in each rugby game. Rugby Challenge 3. And Rugby Challenge. Rugby Challenge 3. 15 is horrid. 18 is a mess. But a few nice features. Rugby challenges are okay but outdated. 20 has big issues but feels like it understands rugby more. Okay. Yeah. Some of my problems with Rugby 20 are the AI, which is if you play multiplayer, not such a big issue. Sale's a bit disappointing, bro. They are very underwhelming at the moment. Faf's played okay. Agree. Diaga's almost 6'9", yet that lineup looks really bad. It does. Mark needs whiskey, Captain Walken, or at least a beer now. I have a second coffee in some kind of thermos cup, which I apparently brought back from China because it has Chinese writing on it. It says, finish your food, finish your drink, and then have some chewing gum. There you go. Good slogan. Can't wait to see Rod Ryder play for Bristol. 100%. Not as grand an opening as Aotearoa had. Correct me if I'm wrong. First game of Aotearoa is Chiefs Highlanders down in Dunedin. The game's got a ton of penalties and is a bit scrappy, but is finished with a glorious drop goal, which maybe makes the game seem like a bit better than it was? Or is that my memory? I never trust my memory for sure. At least it had crowds, which made it a lot more exciting, I gotta admit. Go to work meeting in 50 minutes, better not be any injury time, says Johnny. Work meeting at this time? Come on, man. Hard a Munster sign 2 high-profile South Africans when they are discussing wage cuts for Irish players. Don't know. Maybe they can get them for not that much money. Don't worry about the comma. What are your plans for the day, Mark? What am I going to be doing? Probably take the kids out somewhere, but everywhere's closed. Like I was asking my son yesterday, where do you want to go? And every place he named, I was like, it's closed. Probably take them to the park or something. And yeah, yeah.
This fell down.
Oh, we can put it back up.
Oh,
Must have signed those players before COVID. Yeah. Earl at 11 has been Quins' standout. I think Marchant's been pretty good as well. Yeah, and then I will probably come home to live stream the Highlanders Hurricanes game. Last game of Super Rugby Aotearoa, man. That's only just ringing true now that the Blues and Crusaders isn't going to go ahead. What's been happening in the NHL this morning? I wouldn't mind watching the Islanders take on the Capitals at 12 o'clock, but I get the feeling if I try to tell my wife I want to watch the hockey for like a couple of hours and then follow it up with rugby, I'm not going to be a popular man. A mess of central contracts and IRFU pay rules also helps. There you go. Well, Gez will be joining. He will definitely be joining for the Aotearoa game, for sure. Hunt dropping to kill off the Chiefs, and there were a lot of penalties in that game, at least 24, and the Hunt droppy probably made the game look better than it was. That's the way I remember it, Big Will. That's the way I recall it. I remember the referee's whistle dominating, but the game was still okay. Lucky this game was early morning, I would have fallen asleep. 12 penalties by one side, 5 by the other. The other doesn't help. 17 penalties. That's a lot. It's a lot of penalties. I wonder if I can find my notes from Chiefs Highlanders. Is that really the same game? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, that can't be the right game. Can it? Ah, no, that was the one where the Chiefs were at home. That was the comeback game. Chiefs, Blues, Highlanders, Chiefs. How many penalties at halftime? Good thing to have crazy notes, eh? 13 penalties by halftime. And there were 30 altogether in that first Super Rugby Aotearoa game. So 13 penalties at halftime, 30 altogether. This game's already had 17. 17, that's too many, man. It's too many. Jamie, what did you miss? 3 penalties, 2 missed penalties, no tries, a ton of penalties. And the ref telling off Joe Marler for being a bit mouthy. 5 months with no rugby, wasn't expecting to have last game. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Any big layoff is going to mean a whole heap of rust. There were a lot of snide remarks made up here about the first game penalties by the experts. Yeah, I can imagine. But so far, this game is on track to beat that Aotearoa game for penalties conceded. We will see if it ends up going that way. Maybe the game will open up in the second half. You might be right. Who's the ref? I forget his name. The young English guy. Oh, there's the Bryn Hall one from last week. They're showing the replay of the Crusaders Highlanders last week where Mackay knocked it out of Hall's hands as he was going for the try line. Boomfa. Classic. I decided to watch all the Bruins games till mid-September, already destroying the sleep cycle. I can't stand, who's that winger for the Bruins? The Rat. What's his name? You know the guy, he's real dirty. I can't stand him. Ref is Luke Pierce. There you go, thank you, Gareth. If it's beating Super Rugby Aotearoa for penalties, then it's a shit fest. You can't deny that. It is beating that first round of Aotearoa for penalties so far. Big standout for me is how many South African players, both sides, stack with internationals. I'm curious to know what the salary cap is. Yeah, it's in. Was it like? No, I can't guess. Scrappy game. Might watch Barcelona v Bayern. Not half time. Barca getting stuffed 4-1. Goodness me. Oh, Marchand. Yeah, Brad Marchand. Yeah. God, he's a dick. Excuse my language. He's a good player, but he's just such a pest. He's really hard to like if you're not a Bruins fan. It's a reversal. Usually we Saffers watch your streams in the morning and you stream in the evening. I know. Usually my kids are in bed. That's why I stream at night. As seen by Saracens, salary cap isn't too important. Was worried about Itaboya leaving with Earl being injured for so long, but he looks really sharp. Bro, he does. He's looked one of the better players in this game, to be honest. There's been a few transfers in the Premiership, to be honest, which I wasn't all that aware of. It's not just the salary cap, it's the pound versus the rand, which makes a big impact on their play. Yeah, I would suspect you can probably pay a top South African player less than you would have to pay a top English player, just because if the South African guy plans to go back to South Africa, he can do more with that money than he can in England. I'm a Bruins fan. You would definitely hate that guy if he wasn't playing for the Bruins. Yeah. A lot of teams have got that one guy, though. £7 million gets you a lot of South Africans. I think, haven't they reduced the salary cap after COVID to like 5 million something? I'd hate him if he was anywhere else. He's just very good at being a pest and playing ability to perform brilliantly on the top. Yeah, he's just a bit of a jerk. Unfortunately. I wonder who his equivalent in rugby would be. Is this on Supersport? Somebody in South Africa let us know. I think it is. I'm pretty sure I saw the broadcast guide and it had Supersport. Oh man, they're still advertising the North-South game here on Sky. August 29. I'm not sure, man, how lockdown goes through for another couple of weeks. And broke the damn trophy. Yeah, the Crusaders did break the trophy. They probably should have just made a regular old cup made of metal. Less noticeable if you damage it. Aka van der Merwe's got a South African flag on his jersey. Do all the South African players have that? Or is that just him? What? Alright, here we go. Second half's kicking off. Let's hope for a try. Whose money's on there will be a try? Who thinks it's going to be all penalties? Right. More coffee. Hopefully it's still warm. Feels warm. Not hot, but it's warm. Whoa, the cameraman just lost track of the ball. McGuigan likes the little kicks through, eh? Marcus Smith. What a kick. If you're picking between Rob Dupria and Marcus Smith today, you want Marcus Smith all day long so far. Goodness. Could see the Sale Pack muscling over Quins or scoring something loose. Fleshin says penalties all day. I think there'll be one try from Sale near the end. Can't blame the Saffers for earning some big coin. I agree. 2 players in every Premiership squad can be marked as marquee players. They sit outside the salary cap. You can pay them 10 million quid and it's okay, right? Same as a lot of other leagues, right? Like the Major League Soccer kind of does that. Are you watching Gloucester Worcester tomorrow? I get the feeling that game's on at a horrendous time for me here. I looked at the whole list of fixtures and this was the only one on at what I would consider kind of a reasonable time. But that being said, Big Will got up at like 4 o'clock in the morning for this one. So it's doable. I'll have a look. Not Pro 14. Premiership Rugby. Oh, Worcester Gloucester's on at 11:30 p.m. That means I'll go to bed at 1:30. Exeter Leicester's 1 a.m. Bath London Irish 2 a.m. Bristol Saracens 3:30. And then Northampton Wasps is on Monday 2 a.m. Goodness me. Doesn't bode well for my sleep. Aka has bleached his hair. You're right. It's not helping his line out throwing. Okay, there we go. They got that one. We've been watching a few Premiership games this weekend. I got no work on Monday, so I'm going to binge some rugby. Good man. Here we go. Hammersley. I think Sailor got the first try. Man, that didn't take long. McGuinn didn't kick that one. Line out ball. 1, 2, 3, 4 passes, and that's it. Too easy, man. That's too easy. Don't think you can get a marchand in rugby. Probably right. I was right about who scored, just not when it was going to happen. Yeah. Is Rob Dupree going to kick this one, or is he going to shank it again? What do you reckon? He's found his kicking boots. Catch and pass, simple rugby. McGuigan has a Scottish flag on his jersey. Maybe all the foreign guys have got flags on their jerseys? Don't know. Does Tuilagi have an English flag on his jersey? Have the Dupree brothers played well? I would have said first half Rob was a bit off, especially with his kicking. He had a good run to start the half, but not much else. But one of the Dupree twins had a big busting run, but apart from that, yeah. Bath did a thing where any international could have a flag on the shirt. Okay, that's cool. How you doing, Hurricanes, Highlanders? I will, bro. Last game at Aotearoa, I can't not do it. Definitely. Six Nations is definitely back. Yeah, I believe so. Ever inconsistent Rob Dupree slots the hardest one. He's missed an easy one, and he slots the hard one from the sideline, 100%. All the players who have international caps can have flags on their shirts. Right. Makes sense. Never witnessed another match like Corfu 06. What happened in that one? Quins have just been penalised at scrum time. It's a big vet show. You said you were going to bed in like 10 minutes, and that was like 50 minutes ago. Someone was talking about Pollard 12, Rob Dupree 10 for the box. I take it won't happen based on this game. Yeah, I can't see that happening, to be honest. Although I think they have slotted Elton into 10 and Pollard out to 12 for individual games before, right? At least they used to play occasionally. The Bulls used to play Pollard at 12, or shift him out to 12 halfway through the game. I wouldn't have thought so, though. I think Rob is down the pecking order. Will you do the Six Nations? I will, bro. Definitely. Any internationals, you know I'm going to be all over that. It's another knock on. She's been a bit messy. Just remembered how funny Saracens in the championship will be. Owen Farrell slotting conversion to some buggers field behind the pitch. See, I don't know what some of the grounds are like in the championship, but I've heard some of them are like you've got to walk through like a farm to get to the ground and stuff like that. So, yeah. Ooh. The feed cut out for a second. Jeez, another penalty. I reckon this is en route to well past that 30-game record setter in Aotearoa. Used to love playing with Sale in 08 because they had Jason Robinson. He was lightning in that game. Bedford is okay though. You guys will know more about that than me. Well, I was going to say Quins' lineout has looked a bit better, but no, it hasn't. Damien Phillips and Kuhn Bosch is a header of Dupria. I agree. Kuhn Bosch just needs to work on his D. Damien Phillips benefits from being able to play a wee bit of fullback as well, but so can Kerwin actually. I think the ref's having a guess at the scrum. He's not been afraid to blow penalties at scrum time, that's for sure. Luke Pearce. Another knock on. Even Mornay Stay might be headed to Brea. Oh, that might be a shot fired right there. There's at least one championship pitch surrounded by a forest on two sides. That's the one they were talking about. How you have to walk through a forest to get to the from the changing shed to the pitch. You have to walk through a forest. So it wasn't a farm. Can you guys hear the birds? The birds are going nuts outside. Guess they're looking for worms. Right. Sale have made a pretty big call. They're going to bring off both their props. Connie Oosthuizen has conceded at least a couple of penalties in this game, so maybe that's a good call. How many knock-ons is that, Big Will? We can find out. I don't believe that for a second. It says 7, but it was 7 at half time. Or 6 at half time. "21 penalties, right? Make that 22. Oh, the scrums. They brought on the new props, and the first thing that happens is they get penalised. Maybe this is another difference between Super Rugby Aotearoa and the Premiership, because I feel like if a new prop comes on, maybe he gets warned the first time rather than penalised straight away. I don't know. A lot of times you'll see the refs say, all right, you got 2 new props on. You guys need to, get your blinds up, stand closer, blah, blah, blah. Farrell and Atojo potentially joining the Chiefs. I don't believe it, man. I don't buy it. I don't think they've got enough money. I see like European loans would be more likely. Quins have got another penalty. "23 penalties. Remember, the record, I think, is 30 from Super Rugby Aotearoa's first game. Oh, that was mine.
I just had a little look at it.
It's mostly blank pages, but the front's got a pretty cool cover.
Yeah,
You can draw on it if you want to draw on it.
And did you know, I tricked Mama with it.
Did you? What did you do?
She said there was no Ninja Doodle stickers, and once I got to the first page, she was like, wow, there are Ninja Doodle stickers.
Are there really some in there? Oh, there are too. I don't even remember that. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, you made that a long time. Is this a transformer?
I don't think so. I think it's just a jet. Oh, Quins have got another penalty. Do you think they're going to score a try here, buddy?
What?
Do you think they're going to score a try?
No, I don't think so.
No, you don't think so.
Did I get any transformer stickers on here?
I don't think so. Take it out of the kitchen. Go have a look. I'll see you in about 25 minutes.
You should have remembered.
I had toast already. So. Quinn's dominant. Yeah, bro. A little 2 cents is animated, bro. It's the morning. He is full of beans. RFU is trying to reduce scrums at all levels during COVID. British refs are getting sick of waiting for scrums to fix themselves every second game. It is interesting how refs manage scrums. Some of them just do this, like, I'm just going to penalise the heck out of everything. If you guys aren't going to get it right, I'm going to ping you. Others like to give them a lecture and try to get it right. Right. Quins probably need a score here, man. Oh, but they've knocked it on. Are you kidding me? That is brutal. They worked very hard to accumulate those 9 points. Oh, here we go. A cross kick inside the 22. Oh my goodness, Mike Brown, but you've slipped over. Have they knocked it on? I'm pretty sure Smith knocked that on. No, they're saying it's advantage to Quins. What on earth? And there's a yellow card for Sal. Oh my, this game. Right, I've got to write some notes. Quins. That cross kick. Oof. Okay. This time it's a try. It has to be the dumbest kick of the year. Why would you do that? The back's got in there as well. Rob going for some Super Rugby air. Guess that backfired. Yeah, he's not going to be a very popular chappy with the coach. Marcus Smith with the kick, and he has nailed it. Quins deserve that for Sale's stupid kick. Yeah, you can pretty much give that one to Rob Dupree. Faf has just put it out on the full. Man. Water break. Okay. Man, this game's gone a bit crazy, hasn't it? Rob Dupree is certainly a man to watch. When he's on the ball, you know something crazy is going to happen. Connor Eusthuizen does not look like a happy chappy. Nothing's going right for Sale. Yeah, you're right, man. They just look a bit off. Looks like Ben Curry's about to come on. Sale are going to clear the bench by the look. Three more guys coming on. Oh, all right. Man, Sale is still under heaps of pressure. That kick wasn't the best. It's stupidly early for a Friday night, but I think I'm going to go get ready to turn in for the night, staying up for the Bruins last night. Did a number on me. All right, Kian, mate. Have a good sleep. I get what you mean. Getting up to watch sports can take it out of you. Some of these boys spent a bit of time in the gym. They look a bit bigger compared to the Kiwi lads. It'd be interesting to see what the size differences are. Eh? You can find the weight and height of these guys online, but it's not always accurate. Like Aaron Smith was asked on Twitter how much he weighs. He did like a Ask Me Anything thing, and he said his weight. And someone said it was like a few kilos heavier than what was on his online, like his Wikipedia page. But it seemed like the Wikipedia page had sourced like his under 20s weight or something. So of course he's gotten a bit bigger. Oh, Dombrandt's coming off. He's not been as devastating as I would kind of hope he was going to be. Take off the whole Dupree family. Some South Africans really don't like the Duprees, eh? What have they done? What is it people don't like about the Duprees? Crudeness, 88 kgs, you reckon? Cruden's not the biggest, is he? Can Quins get one more try during this yellow card? I'm going to say no. But what do I know? Ruben likes the twins. It was just Robin, the dad, that bugs you. Good kick from Landajo, but I would have liked him to keep ball in hand with the extra man. Smash the like button. This one doesn't actually show me likes because I'm not using YouTube's streaming thing. I'm using a different app. See you, Kian. Yeah, man, we'll be watching the Hurricanes Islanders a bit later. They've had a longer time off and can only train alone. Some of the picks coming off lockdown training have been pretty mad. Johnny Sexton with massive biceps. Really? I know Johnny Mays put some photos out, and goodness me, man, that guy's ripped. Saw Jamie Robertson Cardiff the other night. He is tall for a centre, and I mean tall, way bigger than he looks on the pitch. I feel that. Like, I went to club rugby a few weeks ago, and even those guys who are amateurs, because you can go right to the sideline, like, I'm taller than them, but, like, goodness me. I just thought to myself, would I like to put myself in the way of this man if he was running and trying to get past me? No. No, I don't want to. Dupree Senior leaves a really bad taste and it brings down some others. What was it about Dupree Senior that people didn't like? Just because the side underperformed or what? Because like Robbie Fleck's side underperformed as well. Jamie Roberts is 6'3". It's about my height. I'm probably maybe a touch taller, but not much. It'd be pretty similar. $63 minutes. It's still time for sale if they can see out this yellow card without conceding any more points. Nepotism, and we don't like Robbie Fleck either. Fair enough. $6'3" Roberts is a giraffe. He's a pretty bulky giraffe. Whoa. Oh, seriously. Man, Sale cannot do anything right. I didn't like Rob Senior either. He was a loose forward, size scrum half. CJ says Jamie Roberts is a pretty bulky doctor. Yeah. Yeah. If he was your GP, that would be a nerve-wracking thing to go and ask him simple questions. I'm sure he'd have a good bedside manner, though. His comments to the media were ridiculous, and he consistently selected his sons over potentially better players on more than one occasion. True, I remember in that final season, he kept playing Rob at the start when Kerwin was playing a lot better. But even he, I think, eventually started choosing Quins because Rob was being really poor. Sale are still in quarantine at the moment. It seems like it. They've not hit their straps at all. His jaw was immense. That's also true. Slow out Robbie Fleck. He was a Western Province legend, should not be coach. He took over in a pretty hard position with Eddie Jones getting the England gig. I don't think he was set up for it. They had some good games with him, but failed to reach their potential, I would say, is fair. Man, Landajo's having a proper debate with the referee before getting this ball out. They're playing pretty conservatively for a team with the extra man. Maybe they just want to hold on to this lead. They're 2 scores ahead, so... I read your comment, Ruben, but I ain't going to read that one. I'll let people read that one themselves. Took away a lot of potential from Quins. Quins' development's still going alright. Hopefully it wasn't kind of career ending. Looks like one of the Curries has just won a breakdown penalty. It was Ben. It looks like the yellow card is done. Yeah, I'm honestly a bit disappointed. I thought Quins would try to put the hammer down, but they're playing a bit conservative. Probably corrects the team doctor if he gets any injury. You'd certainly have to be on your game. Well, both the Quins props are going off now, and Landajo's going off. You guys are talking about boxing Jamie Roberts. No. Don't do it. "12 minutes to go. Sale needs to score next, that's for sure. They got the ball in the right half of the field. They got back to 15 men. Interesting, the last 5 minutes of that yellow card, I feel like Sale were the better team, so see if they can push forward with a bit of momentum. And Ruben says Sale looking better. Yeah, 100%, I agree. They suddenly look to be getting a bit of go forward. Oh, Harlequins man didn't roll away. Pretty easy one for the ref. Big loopy pass. What happened there? Always thought the field seemed smaller up north for some strange reason. They generally play in smaller stadiums, but stadiums that are more suitable to the size of the expected crowd for like a non-international rugby match. Northern Hemisphere refs are really strict. Maybe that's why the games over here are so stop-start. Definitely a lot of penalties, man. But yeah, Super Rugby Aotearoa was was full of penalties when it started too. His jaw is big, but also covered with muscle, and he has a huge head to absorb the shot. He won't go down easily. You guys still talking about fighting Jamie Roberts? I think basically don't fight Jamie Roberts. That's probably a good move. Irish-American AJ McGinty is here. He's lining up a shot. See if he's got better kicking boots on than old Rob. Probably shouldn't muck around too much because time's not on your side, Sale. He's got it. Now it is a converted try, and Sale can go in front. Jamie Roberts versus Wayne Pivac to get a century for Wales. Didn't Jamie Roberts kind of come out and say that he wouldn't mind playing again? If he was in good enough form, he said that the South Africans proved that having a big, bulky centre can be helpful. I'd back myself for 3 rounds with Angus Gardner. He's probably pretty fit. He could dance around for quite some time. Oh, Sale have just followed up their penalty with a kick out on the full. Scott Steele is the guy who has replaced Landaho, I'm assuming. I don't know him. It's a cool name though, Scott Steele. Evening, Hank. There's only 8 minutes of this game left, but it's game on. She's been a bit messy, but it is the first game back. Jeez, that is an ugly maul. There's bodies everywhere. I think Sale are going to turn it over, and they have. That's why only 3 rounds. Fair enough. Jamie Roberts has never given up on Wales' plays. He's open for selection. Doesn't matter where he plays. Yeah, that's true. Even though he's playing in Wales. Time for Dragons. He'll be back in contention with Hadley missing. It'd be great to see. And he said he'd play if called. Yeah, I saw something about. I think he basically compared himself to Damien de Allende, saying, "Look, big bulky centre, doesn't need to pass it that much. Did a job for South Africa. Why not for Wales?" So, yeah, why not? You're right. Hadley's off to Japan. Inflation says the more I drink, the better this game gets. There's Eddie in the crowd wearing his mask. Cue the commentator's joke about Eddie wearing a mask to shut him up, I guess. What's happened here? The medics are on the field. Bit of blood, maybe? The doctor's coming on with PPE. Goodness me. Gotta stitch him up, I guess. Do you think Jamie Roberts could be selected for the Lions tour next year? I doubt it, but if he's in form, I mean, Warren knows him. I love Jamie, but I think Wales need to and can look beyond him. Yeah, it's fair enough as well. Sometimes you do need to just select the younger guys, but who? No Headley Parks. If Jonathan Davis is fit, he can play. And who's that other fella? He came onto the scene just this year. Saracens guy. What's his name? This is all just for show, right? They're all tested and PPE isn't necessary. I guess they're just not taking any chances. Patch him up on the sideline. That's what I would have thought, but the referee said let's just go with it. So, whatever that means. Wish Jamie had come back to us in Cardiff. Yeah, he said that he was like a Dragons fan from childhood, though. Is that true? Tompkins, that's the man. Yeah, he looks pretty sharp, if not quite the finished product at the international level. Damien Delender does pass, just not when he is wearing green and gold. Yeah, he's a pretty frustrating guy to watch at times. Makes a big break. One man outside him tries to run over the one defender and gets tackled. Oh. Oh, that pass was forward. McNichol, Tompkins, yes. Maybe get Jamie in like a mentorship role. That could work as well, for sure. Good idea. Cardiff didn't offer money or something. Tompkins was a poach from England. They wouldn't play him. Yeah. I wonder how long Tompkins' contract is, though. A lot of stoppages in these last 10 minutes, guys. Stefan Levis has gone off. Right, we've got 5 minutes to go. Sale can still win it with a converted try. But the game has slowed right down. In a bit quicker, please, says the ref. Agree. Let's get it on. Bristol is the team I would support that has the Blues connection. There's a lot of big names in that Bristol team for sure. People have been talking about them in the salary cap as well. Under their breath. Pivic loves to play McNichol on the wing. 2 knock-ons. We will have another scrum. Now he's played for Wales. He can't go back. Welsh nannies doing us good once again. Yeah, who's he going to play for if he wants to keep his international career, though? Probably not the best game to pop my Premiership cherry to, says Big Will. Might be right. But you wouldn't have seen that madness from Rob Duprea if you had decided to keep sleeping. Reece Zammit. Yeah, he needs to be kept for sure. Not sure about Tompkins' defense, says Grant. Yeah, I think that's the one area of his game he needs to improve. And a little bit of his link-up play was lacking at times too. Oh, time back on. 4 minutes. I don't know if we're going to get to 30 penalties. 30 penalties was the record. Let's have a look and see how many we're at. No, we're only at 26 penalties. Only. Oh, free kick for some reason. 76 minutes we go with a free kick. He's been blowing straight out, full arms the whole game, and yet that one's a free kick. Okay. A sail. Oh, they've got. Oh, there's a penalty. Quick ball is what they need. They're waiting until the 77th minute to play it. McGinty's going to kick for touch. Don't muck around. How do people complain about Super Rugby being slow? Have they seen this? We won't judge this one too harshly until we've seen a few more weeks of games, I reckon. These guys are rusty. Very rusty. Penalties conceded 18-10 according to the official match stats. I think it's 18-9 on ESPN. Oh no, it is 18-10. So we're at 28. We're 2 penalties away from the record. We've still got 3 minutes. It could happen. I'm not sure if that's a record, but I know at least that was the first game back in Super Rugby Aotearoa, and it was 30 penalties. Oh, Sale have knocked it on. There'll be a scrum. That'll take up pretty much the rest of the game. AJ McGinty probably the best US player currently. Probably. They've got, what's that hooker's name? He's pretty good. Lasike is pretty good as well. He's playing in this game. Yeah, he's rather Irish American, isn't he? You can't really judge them for a couple of rounds. Then you can criticize them as much as you want. Yep, sure enough, that scrum's being reset. So that's a minute gone. 1 minute to go. Not a great game, but Quins, the better side, Sale, a really poor team. Bro, the penalties just killed them. How the hell do you concede 18 penalties? I mean, even Quins have conceded 10, which is on the high side, but 18. They need a big scrum, but they're not going to get it. They're going to get penalised. That is the game. That will be the game. Referee's giving Quins a hurry up. They might have to throw the ball in. So look at a team that met each other just before kickoff. That's probably a fair way to sum their performance up, bro. Right, 1 line out to go, and then it should be a Quins victory unless Sale can pull off a miracle play. They've not really been contesting the Harlequins line out a lot, so I'm not thinking it's very likely. Kicking game was all over the place. Oh, yep. Harlequins have won it. There we go. Game over. Can't be too harsh. First game of Super Rugby Aotearoa. Super Rugby pretty rough. 30 penalties. Yeah, agree. You got to wait. Give them a chance to shake off the rust. But definitely Harlequins looked just a bit more fluid than And then Sale were really quite disjointed in that game. Right. Early morning start for me, but I can't complain. Not the debut that that Manu would have wanted, but there you go. And yeah, Big Will. Good on you, mate, for getting up at 4 o'clock or 4:45. We'll have to do it again sometime. Jonathan, you take care, man. Jordan, yeah, you take care as well. Fleshin, enjoy the rest of your evening. Have another drink. I'm going to go muck around with the kids for a bit. I'll probably do a quick review on this game. And then we've got the Hurricanes travelling to Dunedin to play the Highlanders in the final game of Super Rugby Aotearoa this afternoon in New Zealand. So some of you guys will need to have a sleep before that game. Alright, so yeah. As remember, it's an early game. If you guys are in Europe, you'll be getting up at the wrong side of it. But yeah, cheers Grant, Big Will, nice food takeaways, Adrian, everybody. I'll see you guys again hopefully this afternoon, wherever it is. But yeah, take care.